those people that loves creme brulee. I love to go to a restaurant and have this beautiful, sumptuous dessert. And that's what we're making today. We're making espresso creme brulee. It's naturally gluten-free, I know that. But we're making it a little different. We're putting English toffee on the top, which is, oh my gosh, near and dear to my heart, that's for sure. And English toffee and coffee, what a good match that is. So super excited about that. Hi, I'm Carolyn, and this is the Chili Bakes Gluten-Free YouTube channel and podcast. Welcome, welcome, welcome if you've been here before. And if you haven't, I'm the gluten-free baker that bakes so good you won't miss the wheat. At least that's what my family says. Today, it's a pretty quick bake, and I'm excited. It's cold. It's the perfect weather to do something treaty, which I consider creme brulee super treaty. So excited about that. All right, let's get to baking. Here's what I didn't like about this episode. I'm filming it after I made the creme brulee with toffee topping. So I really wanted to share a recipe that you could use the broiler to brown the sugar. That did not work, at least with my broiler and my sugar. It got crusty, but it didn't get the nice brown and liquefied, so I really didn't like it. The toffee was good, but by the time that all melted, the creme brulee itself was so hot that it got liquidy, and then you had to put it back in the fridge. So those are my problems for today's bake. The flavors are really good, but honestly, I think it would work way better with the torch because your creme brulee wouldn't melt. So please enjoy the rest of the episode if you want. I still like to share what I'm doing, even if it's not exactly what I wanted, but it is a delicious dessert. I think a torch is a better idea though. Anyway, thought I'd share. Here's our baking setup. We have a 9 by 13 inch pan with the Ramekin set on a napkin so they don't slide around for when we bake them. And the Ramekins are about 4.5 by 2 inches and they're greased. Let's separate the eggs. We have 5 large eggs. Let's crack them into one bowl. I like to use my hands because then it's easier not to break the yolk. So I'll put the yolks aside. And we're just going to keep doing this. If you break an egg, just save it and make eggs. There we go. Half a teaspoon of vanilla here. 1/4 cup granulated sugar. And the 5 egg yolks. Let's just whisk this together. All right, let's set it aside. Here's the cream mixture. It's 2.5 cups of cream, heavy cream. 1/2 cup of full milk, whole milk. A pinch of salt, just a little bit of salt. And espresso powder, instant espresso powder. We're heating this up to a simmer on medium heat. It's going to take a few minutes. I'll get back to you. So what we're looking here is a simmer. So there's a little bit of bubbling around the sides here and a little bit of steam, but it's not boiling. We don't want to boil it. So you just make sure it's hot enough. And then we're going to take it off the fire here. This is all we want to do. It's dissolve the espresso and the salt, and it's heated up the milk nicely. So we're going to temper the eggs. These are the egg yolks and the sugar. And we have hot milk, a mixture. You can't quite see this off camera. And the espresso. So you don't want to pour all these eggs into hot milk. It's just going to cook them. We don't want that. We don't want cooked eggs like that. So we're going to add a little bit of the hot liquid while we whisk it into the bowl. I picked way too small of a bowl. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to do it anyway. So here we go. A little bit of hot in with the eggs. And while we're whisking, we want to get it warm without cooking them. I'm going to add a little bit more. So now we've mixed the eggs with some warm milk. And so they're not going to cook when we add them to the rest of the milk. So we're going to pour the rest of the eggs that we just added hot milk to, in the bowl. But I'd like to strain them out because sometimes eggs have some bits we don't want. So we'll just do it over a strainer. Make sure we get all that goodness out of there. All right. See, and look at all that bits we didn't want in there. All right, Now, we're going to give it a good whisk. And the filling's done. We're just going to transfer it now. Ooh, smells so good. Like the best kind of coffee ever. Hey, if you enjoyed this podcast, please rate, review, subscribe. It really helps me out, helps me know that people like what I'm doing, and helps spur me to share more of what I know and do. And hopefully you're getting some great gluten-free recipes. I will be here all the time because I'm literally always baking, always eating gluten-free because that's all I can eat, and baking stuff. So if you want more ideas, input, maybe a podcast to hang out and listen to, or a YouTube channel to keep you occupied in the kitchen, I hope you come back again. And for those of you who've already subscribed, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm eternally grateful. It really warms my heart. Thanks. Thanks for being on this journey with me. All right, let's fill these things. I'm going to keep going with these, and I'll show you at the end. All right, let's pour water. We're going to pour water halfway up the cups, but you need to be careful if you need to do this over the stove so you don't have as far to walk. I'm just doing it over here because otherwise you can't see it. A pitcher works really well for this. Do not get it into the cups. All right, this is warm water, and this will help them bake slower and have that nice smooth texture. Okay, that looks like halfway up, and into the oven it goes. All right, let's hope that these are done. We don't know. They're a little bit jiggly in the center. They look a little crazy. I'm hoping for the best. Good Lord, I'm hoping for the best. All right, I think they're done. So we're letting this cool at room temperature, and then it goes in the refrigerator to cool overnight. Right now these are all cool and they're set, and we're going to cover them up to do the crackly topping. So I did crumble up some toffee to try. Never did that before, but I thought I'd try it. This is just crumbled English toffee. Yeah, just make it even. And then we'll do some sugar, like 2 teaspoons worth of sugar. So I'll do a little bit of both. I just want to make sure it gets everywhere. All right, under the broiler they go. Okay, so I put them at the same time. These ones aren't even close to being melted, but I just wanted to show you that the toffee was way quicker. So it'll be a nice hard toffee. Ouch. Anyway, use a spatula to get them off. Or the rest of these are going to go back in because these are the ones with the sugar aren't done. All right, these don't look amazing, do they? I don't like the way they didn't caramelize all the way. All right, so in a few minutes the toffee remelted, which is awesome. I'm going to add some large grain salt. Whoops, sorry about that. And see if it'll stick. Maybe it will. And let's let this cool. We're going to chill them again after this cools. Oh my gosh, they're going to be so good. Here's the espresso creme brulee with the toffee topping. I don't know how this is going to work. So let's style this thing out a little bit. I don't know. Isn't everything better with whipped cream? Even though creme brulee is pretty rich. And we could put a piece of toffee on it, maybe, or some toffee crumbles, like that. Maybe some, these are cocoa nibs. They're just the cocoa beans that are roasted, which are not really sweet. You could stick a coffee bean on there so people know what it is. I don't know if I love that, but it's still pretty cute, right? Okay, so we should try this here. Look at that. Yeah, I'm just gonna crunch it. So this espresso creme brulee is super creamy. It's not as rich as some creme brulees because I did put milk in it, but it is so, it's a little bit strong coffee taste, espresso taste, and with the toffee, it's so good. It's really good. So instead of the crisp sugar top, you get an actual toffee top, which, how could you go wrong there, right? This is so good. I hope you had fun with me in the kitchen experimenting, because this really was an experiment. And learn to make something that you haven't tried before, or just feel adventurous. I don't know, maybe feel inspired. This was a fun bake. A little bit unexpected, but always fun. I'm so glad you were in the kitchen with me. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you join me next time in December. I have no idea what I'm baking. Is that okay to say I don't know what I'm baking? Anyway, I'll be baking something gluten-free and delicious. Maybe it's naturally gluten-free like this, but something that'll go well in December, like a holiday theme. Anyway, I am super excited to finish this. So I'm going to go. I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Until next time, eat something gluten-free and delicious. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh, I'm just going to keep eating this. We're going to make some toffee here for the top. We're making English toffee, and we're just going to cook this over medium-high heat and keep stirring it until it hits hard crack, which I think is 305 degrees. It's pretty easy, but it just takes a little stirring. It's boiling a little while, and it's starting to stick to the bottom just a little bit, so you want to keep stirring so it doesn't burn. And we're going to keep going here. So it's just starting to get a little bit brown and smell a little bit caramelly, but not nearly have the flavor you need or be cooked hot enough to be toffee. So we keep stirring. It'll look weird, but it's good. Okay, so this is the right temperature. You take it right off the heat because you don't want it to burn. About a half a teaspoon of vanilla. We're going to mix that in. I want this as thin as possible, so I'm just going to keep tilting it a little bit. Well, this thing is going to get hot, so I'm going to put it on something to cool down and get completely hard. Okay, here's the toffee. We're going to keep some pieces as decoration in case we want to use them. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, and then we're going to break up the rest of these.